you know how we got love languages in like romantic relationships?
Yeah.
I think we need to be more aware of our friends' love
Yes,
language.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Take a moment, breathe again. Lay your worries down, my friend. Life gets heavy, hearts need grace. Welcome to closed for maintenance. Closed for maintenance.
Welcome to the Clothes for Maintenance podcast. I'm your host, Natasha, and this is a space where we slow down, tell the truth, and let God meet us right where we are while we do the work of maintenance from the inside out. Y'all, I'm so excited for today's episode because y'all know we are on a theme this season for maintenance. And I told y'all we're going to get into all the things. But today I have one of my good friends with me, and we are going to start talking about friendship. I don't know where this conversation going to go. But this particular friendship is special because this friendship has required some maintenance over the last, I don't even know how long we've known each other at this point, but I'm really excited to get into kind of like the timeline of our friendship, where our friendship maybe have fell off over the years and how we have reunited in real time. So I'm super excited about today's episode. We have with me today Lataryn Rainey-Perry, and she is a writer, publisher, and creative visionary based in Charleston, South Carolina. Rainey is the founder of Penwork Publishing, LLC, a 100% women-owned and veteran-owned creative studio. Y'all see where I get my inspo, right? Dedicated to helping storytellers bring their ideas to life with clarity, confidence, and purpose. With more than 16 years of experience in the publishing industry, Lataryn has guided countless authors through writing, editing, and self-publishing, blending professional expertise with her signature warmth and intentionality. She is also a multidisciplinary creative whose work spans photography, videography, candle making, and product design, all rooted in her belief that creativity has no limits. Through Penwork's community initiative, The Creative Circle, Lataryn hosts workshops and meetups that empower writers to find their voice, build their craft, and connect with others. Her mission is simple: to help people tell the stories that matter and leave a legacy through their words. I guess y'all can kind of see the reason we're friends, right? Welcome to the podcast, Rainey.
Hello.
So excited to have you. So first of all, what should we call you? Because I call you Rainey.
Yes, Rainy is fine.
Rainey, like
yeah.
that. Okay. So let's get into friendship. So I can't tell you how long we've been friends. I tried to backtrack to see like exactly.
Our first encounter was one of the brunches when I asked you to be one of the panelists. Yeah.
I don't remember what year that was, but
that was 17. That's the first event.
So prior to that, we have been friends on social media, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, the first time I met you, you hosted a movie night to see Hidden Figures.
Yes.
That's the first time, and that picture popped up recently. Like a memory from years ago.
That's when I had the whole ambitious girl thing going on.
Yeah, no, we just met up at the movie theater. You put it out there, and I was like, I'll go. You know, I want to meet people, so.
And now you're doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I told you this when you were on my talk show.
Uh-huh.
You, around that same time, had just did like a beach meetup with some women.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, girl,
I ain't know
I
nobody.
could never just randomly ask people I don't know to meet women to meet me on the beach. So
they just put it out there. They was like, oh, if anybody, we going to the beach, if anybody want to come. I was like, I'll go. I'll see.
Do you still have that enthusiasm about meeting
I'm
people?
hesitant more now. I am.
Okay, we're gonna get into all the things. We're gonna get into all the things. So I just wanted them to get a little context on when we met. And Rainey also put me on the cover of her magazine that one day we hope will come back out.
Oh, gosh. I'm a sip.
So needless to say, Rainey and I have been friends for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I remember when we first became friends, we would hang out often. And even when we weren't, like, we kept in touch through text messages and things like that. And so I feel like the basis of our relationship was from a creative standpoint. We
Mhm.
both had creative businesses. We were both interested in meeting women and networking and all the things. And then over time, we just kind of became fond of one another.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I always tell people this and they don't believe me. I'm an introvert.
A very big one.
So you could agree with
I
that.
am, now that I am in my 30s,
Mhm.
I am more of an introvert these days. Like, I'm almost a hermit crab, honestly. Like, I have to plan to go out, and I only leave my house with people I think is worth my time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel honored.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say when I started like posting on social media many, many years ago, I was still very much more of an introvert than I am now. I think I'm coming out of my shell because I have a curiosity about people more.
Yeah.
But I was never really the type to just like go to a lot of women's empowerment events. So when you invited me to the brunch, I felt like a deer in headlights because I was like, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of women.
Well, you show mask it well.
I know. People tell me that all the time.
Would have not known. Would
But
never
my
know.
preference is just home. If I could just do this podcast and never leave the house, I would totally do that.
Really? Mm.
But I appreciate when I do go out and I can mingle and all the things. So anyway, the last time we hung out was in May,
Yeah.
around July.
Yeah.
And before we hung out in May,
We had
So-
our one-on-one. You talking about with me, you, and Clay, or just you and I?
no, so I'm going to get to that. But
Okay.
okay, so yeah, we hung out in May one-on-one.
Mhm.
And then before that, it was me, you. Did me, you, and Clay hang out before we
No,
hung
that
out?
was you and I first, then after.
Then after
Yeah.
we met with Clay. But then even before that, we reunited at a networking event. But before we
Yes.
saw each other at this networking
Yeah.
event, which was in February.
I think so. It was kind of, yeah.
It had been 5 years
Yeah.
since we spoke. Now, I told y'all, Rainey and I had been friends for years. We had done a lot of creative work together, collaborations together. And then somewhere we fell off. And that's what I really want to talk about today. Because when I reached out to you about this episode, do you mind if I share the text that I sent you?
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to share the text that I sent you that inspired this conversation today, because I think as women who are getting older, in our 30s, it is hard to maintain friendships.
Yeah.
And it's becoming even harder.
Or even start new ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there's this thing like no new friends, no new friends.
That's not my mentality.
Mine
But
either.
I'm just exhausted
Yeah.
from the pull and the push and pull, and it got to be reciprocal.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that more now. I shared this, I think, maybe not on the podcast, but on social, that the older I get, the more I'm realizing that I need my friends.
Mhm.
And before, I was very adamant about, oh, I'm the low maintenance friend. I don't need to talk to you all the time. But when we pick back up, we pick back up. That is what was accepted in my friendships. And I will say that when we reunited, I realized like, even though that's how I'm used to being with my friends, doesn't mean that that is how I can be with all of my friends. And so you really open my eyes to see some things that I could have worked on. In February,
Mm-hmm.
Rainey and I both just happened to be at the Washington Cafe
Mm-hmm.
attending a networking event, which was the first event I had been to in Charleston in God knows how long, because
Yeah.
I'm just not one that's always on the scene. It's just my preference. I also don't jump at every networking event. And so when my boo Clay told me about this particular one, I made it my business to attend because it was right down the street. I was not expecting to see Rainey that day. So when I walked in, you weren't there yet. I think you came
No,
after I
yeah.
did. And so when I saw you, I'm not going to lie, my heart dropped a little bit because I was like, dang, I seen to talk to this girl in 5 years. Like, is this going to be awkward? Because it wasn't that many of us.
I didn't recognize you. Remember,
You
I told
told
you
me
you
that.
got lost so much weight. I know you had
Oh,
the,
thank you,
the
girl.
surgery and everything, and
Mhm.
I did. And then I've never seen you in braids.
Really?
Remember, like you had your hair in that. You normally had like a sew in or something.
Yeah, I was
curly or
curly.
straight or wavy. I've never seen you in braids, so that I sat right there and didn't recognize.
Yeah.
But it's when you started talking, I was like, oh,
recognize me.
what the hell she doing here?
Mhm. So when I saw you, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, oh, she's not gonna speak to me. We ain't talked in like 5 years. I immediately just assumed you wasn't gonna speak to me.
I am not nasty.
Well, I know that, but I have been in those situations before where if you go a while without talking to somebody, they get offended, and then when you do see them, they act weird. So I guess that was my initial thought when I saw you. So I was kind of just gonna like kind of feel you out to see if you was gonna talk. You talk. We had a nice kiki, but after that, we had said we were going to meet up and we were going to, reconnect or whatever and catch up. And we did that.
Yeah.
And after, I think we had planned to go out, and then I think I had to reschedule or something came up. We ended up rescheduling and going for ramen. I don't know what it is with you, why I'm always doing first time food stuff, because you got me to try sushi once. I hate sushi. And then this time we went for authentic ramen. It was my first time having authentic ramen. And it was a rainy day, and we were in Park Circle. We just kind of talked, and we kind of caught up. And it was in that conversation that I learned that I have to show up differently for this friend. Because, and we'll get into maybe like why we stopped talking or whatever the case may be, but I felt in that moment like, oh, well, we got a second chance at this friendship. And this time, I want to make sure that you know how we got love languages in like romantic relationships?
Yeah.
I think we need to be more aware of our friends' love
Yes,
language.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah. I've always talked about that with friends. Like, love languages just ain't for romantic relationships. Your friendship is a relationship. It's something that you invest in. So, yeah.
So you are teaching me that because honestly, like my other friends, they like me. They like, girl, I'll see you and talk to you when I get ready. And if I text you, it might be a month before I get a response. I realize that your love language it's not one word, but you appreciate consistent, like you said, it feels like a tug in some friendships. And I never realized until we reunited that, okay, this friendship, when I say I'm going to do something, I need to do it. When I say I'm going to be somewhere, I need to be there. And if something changes, I need to let my friend know and communicate with her. And that wasn't a requirement of me in other friendships. So I think you have to decide that you want an intentional friendship with a person because I don't know, you tell me, like, did you have one particular experience with a friend where maybe y'all fell off and y'all just never spoke again?
Well, when it comes to that kind of stuff, if we just kind of just lost touch, it wouldn't be a situation for me where I'm just never going to speak to this person again. It's like, oh, well, we didn't have a falling out. Nothing really happened. We didn't have a falling out. Nothing happened. It's just like communication just kind of stopped. So I don't have no beef. I don't have no reason to be upset. So, but if it was a situation we had a falling out, I probably wouldn't ever.
You wouldn't have never spoken.
I definitely wouldn't.
You would have saw me at the coffee shop and was like,
I would have been cordial.
You would have been cordial.
Yeah, I would have been cordial. Oh, hey, okay. And then I'm going over here because, we don't got nothing to talk about. But I'm not nasty though. So, unless you make me that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess a better question would be, have you had friendships or a friendship in the past where maybe y'all started off like it wasn't a tug of war, where it was reciprocated in energy and then something fell off? I want to know what happened. Like what, because I feel like how we are is a result of experience, right?
Yeah.
Like, there has to be some context, I feel like, in most instances.
Yeah.
Like, I respond to my friends now based off of maybe, which, could not be a good thing sometimes, but did something happen in a friendship that made you a stickler more? Like you were very intentional now, like, I require this from my friends.
Yeah.
If you want to share.
Well, I've had several friendships. I'm the active friend. Like, I know I'm going to say that. I'm going to give myself that because I am. I am an active friend. I am going to check on you. Days go by. I'm like, hold up. We ain't talking like 3-4 days. I got to check in. Like, I'm that person. You can't talk bad about yourself around me because I don't want to hear that. I'm going to go ahead and slap some positivity on that thing. But yeah, I've had relationships where it was like, I started noticing that the only time we talk is if I reached out first. And then I got exhausted by that. And then before, making my decision to kind of walk away, I reach out and say, hey, I noticed that this is happening. These things are happening. Like, I think we need to talk.
So you would say.
Oh yeah, I would initiate the
Okay,
conversation
okay.
because I'm uncomfortable. I don't like being
That makes
uncomfortable.
my arms pit sweat.
Really?
Yes.
I'm uncomfortable. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm gonna make you uncomfortable too because you're creating that discomfort for me. And I know that I'm like active. I appreciate every minute we spend together. Like I'm trying to show you, hey, I am here. I am in this friendship. I am all in, but it doesn't feel reciprocal. So if it gets to a point like that, I'll try to have a talk about it first. And most times the talk never happens because it's like, oh, we'll plan to sit down and talk, but then they just ghost. If they don't ghost, they'll keep pushing it off. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I'm uncomfortable. I don't feel good right now, so I'm gonna peace out. Yeah.
So do you always have that uncomfortable conversation before you just kind of let it die off?
No. So I do the talk now. Before, when I notice things, I wouldn't say nothing. I just disappear.
That's me kind of like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that about me because my reason for doing that is I hate confrontation.
Can't do that.
Confrontation gives me anxiety. And that's not just in my friendships. That's
In your relationship.
But I'm getting better. Thank God for therapy
Yeah.
because I told my therapist a lot of my issues is that I hate confrontation and confrontation is not a bad thing.
Yeah, but you don't look at it as confrontation. You're uncomfortable about something and the person doesn't know. You're the person feeling that and they're not feeling nothing because they don't know that's how you feel. You got to talk to them. Now it's their response.
Yeah.
That then you can make a decision off of that.
Maybe
But,
that's what gives me anxiety. I'm like already anticipating.
Yeah,
what they might say.
don't overthink. And in the past, I would not say nothing. After I'll let it play out. Like, okay, I noticed this. I'm not gonna say nothing. I noticed that. I'm not gonna say nothing. Then after another one, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I won't say nothing else. I won't talk to the person anymore. And then they're like, what happened? Nothing. If you don't know, I don't know. But I also realized that only hurt me because they went on about their life like, okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
They don't know that something happened that hurt me or bothered me or made me want to kind of pull back. And I had to learn to speak up. And it made me uncomfortable too to do that. Because then I'm like, I don't want to have to, why I got to say something? But they don't know.
They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't be mad at them for what they
And that's where grace comes in. You got to give the person grace. Give them a chance to give them an opportunity to correct the issue. And then after you tell them what the issue is, if they still still treat you that way or make you feel that way, then you can walk away and say that you tried.
Yeah. So at least you said something.
Yeah.
So I want to, I just kind of wanted to understand, get behind why you feel the way about friendships that you do. And like I said before, I'm learning more about friendships because I ain't gonna lie, it was a priority to me, but it wasn't I was just used to being the way that I was in friendships. And like I said, I know now that I need my friends and I need all of my friends for something different. And maybe a year and a half ago, I started feeling like I was a bad friend to everybody. I did. My best friend, Regina, we've known each other since college. And she is one of those friends where I promise you, we do not talk all the time. Like maybe on Snapchat, we'll message each other. But it never feels like when I do talk to her or see her, it never feels like she's mad or offended or feels some type of way.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like you said, there's that tug of war. I really felt like she was doing more pouring into me than I was to her. I wasn't really I would text her for her birthday. I would every now and again reach out to her. But when I had my surgery, she literally came to Charleston to see me. And I did not ask her. She just popped up on me. And I was like, whoa, would I do that for my friends?
Yeah.
And so I had to start doing some real evaluation. So anyway, when we reconnected and after we had that ramen, on the way home, I was like, okay, I got to do some maintenance in my friendships because my friendships aren't all bad. But in the last couple of years, well, since my surgery, me and one of my close friends from high school, we've just drifted. And a lot of things happen, like not directly between us, but, she had some traumatic things happen to her. I had my surgery. I was in the middle of moving from one place to the next. We both just had a lot going on. And I just got to a point where I won't say the friendship wasn't valuable no more because it was. But I felt like outgrown each other. We were going in two completely different directions. And whereas before I would always reach out to her for certain things, I didn't feel that pulled to reach out to her. She wasn't really reaching out to me. And eventually we just drifted. And a couple of times after we noticed it, like we'd reach out and say, hey, want to meet for dinner, want to do this. We met a couple of times, and it just felt like after that last dinner, she stopped reaching out and I stopped reaching out. And I now sit with that and I'm like, did I do enough? Or does this warrant a conversation? Or did we just simply grow apart? Because nothing happened between us. We're not beefing or nothing. We just, I don't know if that season is over. So that's why I ask you, like, how do you know if the friendship is over, completely over? Or how do you know who needs to just kind of maybe we need to have a conversation? And what should I do?
I only give energy to the mutual relationships.
So if we both were making an effort.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe I should just let that one.
Just see if it comes back around. If you wanted to come back around.
I mean, I would love for it too. I know it will never be the same. You know, so much time has gone by and I don't know. I feel like if she were to call me today and it had an emergency, I would run to her door. But as far as consistent communication, hanging out, taking trips, I feel like we're not there anymore. So it's tough.
It
It's
sucks
tough.
when you're the friend that does more. And then you share that feeling and then like the person gets offended instead of listening and just kind of reevaluating themselves like, yeah, you're right. I didn't like that you said that because it hurt my feelings that you think I'm not doing enough, but I realize I'm probably not. Like people don't do that. Those conversations are not had. The more mature we become, the better we become at being communicators. Like we start learning ourselves.
At least we should be.
We should.
Yeah.
But if that's really important to you, then you will learn. You will get to that point where you mature enough to have those conversations, as uncomfortable as they are. And then you know what? The person might really appreciate it. You sitting there ruminating on the fact that, oh God, I hate this part. I don't want to be in this. And then this person is so grateful that you said something because they did not know. Or they may have felt something and wasn't sure how to ask.
Yeah.
And then you brought it up and I was like, oh, that's what it was? Let me fix that. And you give them an opportunity to correct.
I feel like eventually, to like ease my mind, I am going to reach out to this friend and at least just have a conversation. Did something happen or we just outgrowing each other? Because if we just outgrowing each other, I'm good.
Yeah. And be okay with whatever the response is.
Yeah, I'll be okay. I'm not going to lose my sleep over it.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll keep y'all posted on that. But man, adult friendships are hard. Like it's really hard. It's hard, especially in the space that we're in as creatives because everybody's sis.
Oh, I don't like that.
Everybody's bestie.
I don't like that. What's the word? Not triggering, but what's the word? I can't get the word. When you hear that word, it's like, oh no,
Cringy.
it's not cringy, but it doesn't have it doesn't give you a good feeling when you hear it because of past relationships that you had. Where those terms were used and then
It wasn't real.
yeah, or you felt slightly abusing your friendship, and it triggers you a little bit.
Yeah, I think that makes in our space adult friendships hard too. Because to your point, I've had a lot of those too, and then it turns out to be, oh, they just wanted something from me.
Transactional.
It was just we might as well have just signed a contract.
Yeah, it was transactional friendships.
You know what I mean? So
The sad part is you don't know what people's intentions are when they come into you until it happens.
yeah,
And so you can't really prepare for it. It's just hard to snuff it out and be like, oh, that person only wants something. But the more you go through it, the more you start picking up the little
have more discernment
habits and
about
stuff,
it,
the
yeah.
characteristics. You start picking up stuff and you can just peace out early on. You don't even got to waste your time. Yeah.
I love that. I wish it was that easy, but it does take going through some bad ones and some good ones. And I'm just trying to be more open now to, I can have my friends that I've been at.
Yeah.
And then I can invite new people into my life. I think that's where, prayer and asking God for discernment. Is this person good for me? Because I'm just feeling them out. And I recently experienced that I can have old friends and new friends on my birthday trip I just went on. I invited like 10 different people on that trip late last year, and only 3 of them actually went on the trip, which now in hindsight, I realize was a blessing because I had my best friend from college. I've known almost 20 years. And then I had friends one friend I had never met in person. Another, we've been friends for maybe like 5 years now.
Yeah.
And we all you would think that we were the Golden Girls. Okay. It was a great trip. Like there was no ego.
Yeah.
Everybody was themselves. Everybody, you could tell nobody tried to change what they liked or disliked to fit in. When we got sick of each other, we went in the room. Nobody got mad. It was the most perfect trip, honestly.
Yeah.
And so it really, honestly, got me even more excited to talk to you about friendships today because it's, Anyway, I told you I wanted to read this text message that I sent Rainey when I got home from our girl date in Ramen. So I texted her, and honestly, my underarms are sweating a little bit because I was like, me and her just reconnected. She gonna be like, girl, no. Because, I feel like it could be a thin line between we're rebuilding our friendship and talking about rebuilding our friendship. But me, I talk about it. Me and Rainey just reconnected. We figuring things out. But I also think that people are also in the same boats with friendships, trying to figure out how to second win. So I text you and I said, so I wrote this down when we first reconnected, but wanted to pray about it and sit with it for a while. And today confirms it when you said you got a second win. I don't even know. I can't remember verbatim. I know you were talking about creatively, but when I wrote the idea down, it was in reference to the theme of my next season on the podcast, where I want to focus on different areas of life that I'm working on maintenance. Friendships was one thing. And I briefly shared that with you today. I think our friendship and how after falling off and reconnecting and now communicating, how we are to better understanding what's important to our friends and the work it takes to be in genuine friendships is our story. Would you be open to talking about our journey? You don't have to give me an answer now, but wanted to share my thoughts in real time. I'm really so glad we reconnected. So that took some vulnerability for me to do, because 2 years ago I would have never admitted, okay, I sucked in this friendship. We start over. You know what I mean? And I just thank you for being receptive to starting over, because you had every right maybe not to be, I don't know. And so, I mean, you already told me we just kind of fell off, but did I do something that made you just say, well, shoot, I ain't hearing from her, I ain't reaching out no more? You can be honest.
I think the only thing was we were supposed to meet because you were going to, I don't know, help me with my creative resume, because Tyler Perry was looking for writers at the time. And he was like, oh, I know some people that I can connect you with, and I can just help you kind of like polish everything out. But things just got in the way every time we scheduled. Had to reschedule. And the second time we rescheduled, I just didn't hear anything back. So that was it. We didn't have any words. We didn't fall out. Like, we didn't argue.
We just kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I want to apologize.
Don't be just saying, okay now.
I want to apologize because Trinice is behind the camera, y'all.
Don't get all emotional in here.
No,
now.
I'm
You're
serious.
not trying to keep it together.
I want to publicly apologize. And I waited for our conversation because I wanted to ask you that. Because I know me, if somebody asked me, well, what did I do? I'd be like, oh, everything's okay. We just grew apart. No, I wanted you to tell me. Was there something that I did or did not do that made you just say, well, shoot, she didn't keep her word, or she said something that offended me? I want to know.
It was just follow through, I guess.
Okay.
We just kind of.
Well, I apologize.
Yeah.
And I'm working on
I accept
that.
your apology.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't get all emotional.
No, but I think that's the point of this conversation, right? Because I think this generation, we cut each other off so quick. And to your point earlier, we don't have the hard, uncomfortable conversations. And I know that that's something that I have to get better at. Like when I feel offended, or if I feel like, damn, my friend didn't show up for me, like I would show up for her, I need to vocalize that and not carry the burden of their response, because that's not my responsibility. So I think as adults, if we get in the habit of, if we really genuinely care about a friendship or value a friendship, we have to start having hard conversations and saying, you hurt my feelings, friend.
Yeah.
You hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm very vocal these days. I wasn't before.
Yeah.
I'll be like, man, whatever. I don't care. I do care, but I did care,
Mhm.
and it bothered me, but I didn't say
Yeah.
anything because I don't know. I just feel a need to.
Well, I thank you for teaching me the lesson of communicating. Even now, you telling me, look, I have hard conversations. I got to get better with that.
Yeah.
I got to get better with that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. 5 seconds so I can gather myself.
Don't you right? Oh my goodness. I just want to put on the record that I am not a punk.
You say that
I'm no
everywhere we.
Because I need y'all to know. Because if I shed a little tear, I just need you to know I'm no punk in these streets. Friends are the people you're supposed to be the most vulnerable with.
Ooh, I'm
That's
glad you
the
brought
ones
that
that
up.
you're supposed to be the most open and feel the most comfortable and less judge. I appreciate all the social media conversations that are happening. I've been resharing so much stuff about friendships
Yeah.
because I can resonate. Now, that may not be my situation now, but I can resonate in with those things. And I share it because I'm like, well, somebody else probably need to hear it. I wish I had this information when I was going through that thing at the time, but that's not where I am now. But somebody is there. So I'm going to go ahead and repost this, reshare it in case somebody can relate.
And you bring up a great point
Yeah.
about us. We should be able to be vulnerable with our friends. That particular friendship I was sharing with you a few minutes ago, when I think about vulnerability in terms of that friendship, there was so much she didn't know about me.
Wow.
And we've been friends since high school.
Wow.
And I was like, why did I never share that with her? Why were we friends that long and she didn't know that about me? Why have I never shared that with her?
Did you feel safe to share it?
Now thinking back on it, probably not. Because it's not like I never shared that thing because I shared it with other friends. And so I just finished reading a book by Mara Brocca-Keogh. You know, she did Forever, Girlfriends.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Don't spoil it because I'm going to get
I still got to tell you about the man in the book she described.
Oh, Lord.
Take a picture.
Please.
You got to go to the creative circle to know.
Yeah.
To talk about it. Anyway, so I was reading that book, and that book also opened my eyes to a lot about friendship too. One thing in particular, without giving the story away, the friend, the main character, Dion, she's just found out something life-changing. And her best friend, she's been friends with this girl since they got to New York. But she's going through this life-changing thing, and she chooses not to share it with her friend. So she's carrying this. She's got 14 days before she finds something out, and she's not telling her friend, her best friend, who they do everything else together, party, have one-night stands. They do all kinds of things together. But this one life-changing burden, she would not tell her friend about it. So as the book goes on, she shares why. She basically, in so many words, said, I don't feel comfortable sharing this with my friend. One, I don't want to disappoint her. Even though she never felt judged in the friendship, she assumed that this friend would judge her for being in this situation. Well, long story short, in the end, this friend was willing to pretend that she was in the same boat as her just so she didn't feel alone. She ended up telling her what was going on, but it was the fact that she didn't feel safe enough.
Say that.
Not because her friend made her feel that way,
Yeah.
but because she had this preconceived notion that her friend would judge her. And I just think about, now I'm thinking about all of my friendships, and do I feel safe enough to share the worst parts of me with them? Do I feel like I'm going to be judged? Or are just some friendships for the deep stuff and some for the surface stuff? Are they both valuable? What do you think?
Girl.
You know, they say compartmentalize your friends.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think that's so. I wish that never existed.
I'm getting too old to
That should not
compartmentalize my
exist.
friends.
I always felt offended by that.
Really?
For somebody to say, "Oh, you know, you're my friend. I go and have coffee with, and then I got a friend I go shop with." But don't add me to the friend list.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a certain type of friend to you because I'm all around. I don't have you in no certain
Box.
category or anything like that. Like, this isn't just my friend I talk to about business. I want to talk to you about everything. I want to spend more time, but we got to plan that stuff because we busy.
Busy, yeah.
But I don't like that. I think they should do away with that altogether. Like that.
Yeah.
Would you say compartmentalize?
Compartmentalize,
I don't
yeah.
like that. That's just.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It's exhausting, and you can't fully show up as yourself.
No.
When you are like, oh, I'm only going to do this with this friend. I'm only going to do that with this friend. Now, I didn't always feel that way. I definitely compartmentalized my friends back in the day. But the older I feel like you can't be truly your authentic self in a friendship when you got these blocks. It's very difficult. Now, I do think that some friends can handle certain things better. I do think that some friends have more capacity to handle certain parts of my life versus some. But I ain't gonna lie. I love that I can share with you and Trinice and Kristen and Angie. Whatever I tell you, 9 times out of 10, I done told her. You get what I'm saying? It just makes it more freeing. I feel like I don't have to turn something off or turn it on here. It's just really fake.
You shouldn't have to censor yourself.
It's a lot. You shouldn't have to. So I'm glad that you brought up that point.
Yeah.
This is good. So we're adding a new segment to our podcast because I want you guys to actually be a part of every episode. So y'all know how we send our friends those long 4 or 5 minute podcast voice notes? I know I'm not the only one, okay? I want you all to be able to do that for all of the different episodes and topics that we're going to be talking about. And so a couple of days before we filmed this episode, I sent y'all a link and a few of y'all sent some voice notes about how you are maintaining your adult friendships or if you're struggling with adult friendships. And so let's take a listen to Sharita's voice note. Hey, Sharita.
As I grow in certain parts of my life, I am now at the age where I understand that the friends that were in a certain season with me or a past season with me, they are not able to grow to the season that I'm currently in. So that is what I'm struggling with. And I feel like I'm coming to terms where I now know God is moving me to another level. And those people that were used to the old me, they cannot advance to that level. I keep it cute. I keep it pushing. But I do know they cannot advance with me. And so some of those friendships, I'm having to end them. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Because if God didn't want me to bring them, then I can't do nothing about it.
I gotta.
So what do you think in response to Sharita's challenges in adult friendships?
I understand. I overstand. I want to say, I think that my view and my way of thinking changed when I went through a hardship. I don't know if I want to say what it is.
Yeah. You don't have to.
But I went through a very big transitional part of my life. And this is the time when I really needed my friends. And I reached out to people, just wanting, that support. And I didn't get it. And I went through a lot of that stuff by myself. And it just kind of made me realize, like, okay, so this is something that's happening to you. And these people aren't going to show up. But you still got to get through.
Yeah.
Whether you got the support or not. Mm-hmm. And when I came up out of it, like none of these people were around while I was going through, okay? Except for my core friends now. My core friends, Tina and Josh, Tessa, my best friends, my core group, they were there. And my sisters. When I came up out of it, those people came back around.
Oh, wow.
But I wasn't the same version of me anymore. So everybody was used to bubbly, social Rainey. And you know how you said introvert? I'm very much introverted now. I think I've always been introverted all my life, but I was more extroverted at some point. That extroverted part of me left.
Yeah.
And I became more of an introvert. And when they came back around, after I came up out of that fog, they were expecting the same version of me, like Sharita said. They were expecting the same version of me, and I wasn't that girl anymore.
Wow.
I was somebody different, and I couldn't show up as her, and I didn't want to pretend. Those relationships died.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
That, I guess, whatever you went through, I thank God for it now because I think that taught you a lot about grace too. Yeah. Because maybe I hate you went through it, friend, but I'm glad you had the grace to accept me back. Because you might, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think you going through that, it taught you Greece is just one thing it probably gave you more of, but you know, the fact that those friends pop back up afterwards just goes to show it's hard for some people to accept transformation.
Yeah. Yes.
Because we're not going to stay the same. And there are some friends, like the friends that were your friends prior, went through that with you and we're still there on the other side. Those are like lifetime
Oh yeah.
people because they can handle the days where you weren't so nice. They can, and they weren't offended. They can handle the days where you didn't know what to say, or the days where you felt like tomorrow was impossible, or you know what I mean. Those friends are rare.
And they're a godsend. They are. I appreciate them so much. I tell them every chance I get how much I appreciate, because that's who I was for people, the one that everybody went to, but I couldn't be that during that time. And I just got a glimpse of, I just got to see the real versions of people during that time.
Yeah.
And that, it really sucked. It really did. It hurt me bad. But I'm no punk. I got through.
Period.
And I had my core group, and they still here.
Shout out to the core group. We love
the people
y'all.
I'll do anything for. I would do anything for. All of my friends who are active and right here in my life now, I would do anything for, including you. I just need you to know that.
Ain't no.
I would do anything for my friends. I am. You call me. If I say let me know, I really mean that. I'm not saying just to, throw something out there to make you feel good. If you're going through, you told me something this week. And I told you something.
You did.
And I was like, you could call me.
You did.
Don't sit in that alone. Because sometimes, even when I'm going through something tough, I feel like I get a break from my own thoughts and my own whatever when I can listen to my friends' issues and maybe just be a listening ear or talk them down, talk them through. So don't do that again, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. You call me, you text me, send a voice clip like, Rainey, I'm just down today, I'm like, well, what's going on? Talk to me.
And I think subconsciously we know that, but you know what I think is also the problem?
What's that?
That they're in social media.
Oh yeah.
We got social media friendships, and I think that's a part of the problem too, is because we know subconsciously our friends are offline, but when we're going through things, we act like we only have access to them on Instagram.
Oh.
Versus picking up the phone. I wish we could go back to the days where we had to go knock on each other's door. You know what I mean? I think that's the missing element too. When you said that the other day, and again, this is something I'm working on in real time, because I'm so used to just internalizing what I'm going through. I don't want to feel like I'm a burden on my friends when I'm going through stuff. Go ahead.
You can't choose how your friends love and show up for you. So calling yourself a burden, I'm going to pop you. But calling yourself a burden, like, stop it. Stop. All of y'all.
Okay.
Stop. Stop thinking you're a burden. If your friends are coming out of their face and saying, call me. I don't care what it is. If you sad, if you just need a good kiki, whatever the case is, just call me. If I'm busy, I will tell you, give me about 30 minutes. I'm going to come back to you. And if I know your address, I'm popping up at your house.
Oh, Lord.
I learned that from my friend Tina.
I know.
Listen, I was going through when my favorite person in the world passed away. He transitioned. I was down for about almost a year and a half. I didn't want to do anything creative. I was just super depressed. And she let me have my time. And then she was like, all right, enough of this shit. Can I say that on here?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yourself, friend.
She said, enough of that. And she was like, what are you doing? I said, man, I just don't feel like going outside. I didn't leave my apartment for like,
Wow.
I don't even know how
Which
long.
was not you.
No, I didn't leave my apartment for several months. And she was popped up on me. She was like, nope, put on some clothes. We going out. I'm like, I don't feel like it. She was like, I don't care what you feel like. This happened twice in two big major transitional periods in my life. And she came for me. She said, I don't care that you look bad. We getting out the house. We getting some fresh air. We going to get some food. And I felt good. I felt good when I came back home. And I needed that. I didn't have many people that did that for me. I was the person that was doing that for people. So, Tina, I love you, girl.
Shout out to Tina.
And Josh.
Josh.
Josh wouldn't let a day go by without me answering my phone. He said, I don't give a damn if you don't talk. You better pick up the phone so I can hear you breathing.
Right.
I need to know that you are
okay.
alive and okay. Yeah. You don't have to tell me what's going on. Just as long as I see them zeros pop up on that phone when I call.
That's
okay.
and it, not the zero, the voicemail.
The
You.
yeah, that part. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But you
that's
can't
good.
feel like a burden to your friend. You can't call somebody your friend and then be like, I can't talk to them.
I think that's the problem. A lot of us are doing that.
Yeah.
And that is what I know personally.
Yeah.
I am trying to get out. So when you said it, even though I knew subconsciously I could call you, I wasn't thinking, like, my brain didn't go to, I'm sad, let me pick up the phone and call a friend. It was, oh, you'll get over it. You'll be fine. You're just having a bad day. Stay to yourself. And it's like, I think that, because obviously I prayed about it, but it's like God gives us community for a reason. Even he had it.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? So it's like he was sad.
Yeah.
And he went to pray, but then he also came back. I think that is something that you have to do intentionally. So, case in point, next time I feel sad, I'm just going to call you. I'm going to call you, and I'm not going to feel like I'm dumping on you or feel like I'm being a burden. And I want to start doing that with all of my friends who I call friends, because I think it takes little incidents, you getting comfortable saying, okay, I don't keep things to myself because I have community. I have friends. So that when you are in big life situations, you don't feel like, well, one, they're not in the loop of what's going on with you. You don't got to catch them up on everything, because for the most part, they have some idea of what's happening with you. I think we got to get back to some tangible, off the internet maintenance checks with our friends. So like your friend Josh and Tina, how they gave you space, but they also did little things to constantly, consistently pull you out of it. Because sometimes when we go into things, we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but they do. And we need that reminder sometimes. So I guess that kind of brings me to what I guess the whole meat and potatoes of the conversation is like, you and I now, since we've reconnected, I think off the top of my head, some things that I've been trying to do more is when we are texting, to stay, don't text, you text me, I text back, you text me, and then I take a week to respond. I'm trying not to do that. So one thing that I'm doing to maintenance in that area is if I know I can't respond to you right away, I mark it as unread. So I know I go back. Because that message goes on the top of my, it's bold. So making sure that I respond to you in a timely manner. That don't take nothing off for me to do, even if I'm busy. At some point, I got to respond to Rainey. If I don't have an answer, I still need to say something. What would you say is one thing that maybe we can continue to do in our friendship to make sure that it is well-oiled?
I think we're already doing it.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. I know, I partly know your work schedule, so I know, like,
she knows my work schedule,
a
y'all.
little
That's
bit,
maintenance.
a little bit. So I know, like, okay, she's at work. I could send her a voice clip, or I could probably catch her early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because she's still adjusting. So I can say, hey, girl, I'm thinking about your happy birthday, and I forgot your candle.
That's okay.
And I got, I got a question or idea. I know that you'll get back to me. I don't expect you to respond right away because I know you're a working woman. Okay? All my friends who have jobs, like, I know that. So I don't take offense if you're not reaching right back out, like, within a minute or hour or a couple hours or whatever,
Yeah.
But you asked me a lot of questions. How am I as a friend with you? How was I as a friend to you in the past? What things you think I need to work on?
Honestly, I'm in the student seat right now.
Really?
Like, as far as friendship, I'm learning a lot from you in friendship. So I can't really say what I want you to work on because I'm learning. You're teaching me a lot.
Okay.
You're my friend right now that's teaching me about friendship. So I'm in the receiving end of that. So I don't really have anything that I want you to work on. I think I just want you to keep being the way you are in friendships, because you are my one friend that's that way. I can't say I have, many other friends that are so intentional with following through and, hey, we ain't met in a while. When can we get on each other's schedule? I need the structure that you bring to friendship in my life, because it's going to make me a better friend to you and everybody else. So do not change that about yourself, because it being the way you are, some people could take it like, oh, she's too much. or she requires too much. Do not stop being that way, because that's the problem with friendship.
Oh gosh.
Okay? So I want you to know that you're a great friend to me. And you're holding me accountable in ways that might not feel like accountability, but I needed that because of you, I'm a better friend to my other friends, because you brought things to light that like I said, I never realized that I was not being the friend you needed me to be, not the friend I wanted to be to you. It's kind of like there's like a scripture in the Bible that talks about, like, if you ask your father for cake, but he brings you a banana, why would he do that? Why would he not give you what you asked for? So I'm learning in friendships that just because my love language is one way, just because I'm a low maintenance friend, doesn't mean I should just throw what I want to just give my friends on them. No, I need to learn my friends, learn what matters to them. I know what matters to you now.
Yeah.
So it's my job as your friend to show you love in the way that you best receive it. So please don't change that.
I'm no punk. I just got to say that.
I think they got it now.
Okay. I'm just grateful to hear that, because my love language is quality time.
Mm-hmm.
I know that time is not something we can reinvent. It's
Right.
like, we don't know when we're going to transition out of here. Creating memories is important for me. And
Shout out to the selfie stick.
hey, that thing like to take pictures.
Period. She gonna come with that selfie stick.
No, but creating memories is important. It's a gift to be able to meet people and be a part of their life. And I've been telling people this for the longest, and I still feel this way. It's a privilege for you to know me.
Yes.
And it's a privilege for me to know you. And I don't ever want to not have that privilege. So I'm going to always do my part to nurture our relationship and show up. And if I can't show up, I'll show up in other ways. If I can't physically be there, I'm going to contribute something. So, yeah, that was nice to hear, because I don't hear it often.
Yeah. Don't lose that.
Yeah.
That's what makes you you.
Yeah.
And maybe I didn't appreciate it before
Yeah.
because I just wasn't aware, but now I do. So just know that when you see my other friendships thriving, it's because you planted the seed. You definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. So I love you and I appreciate you.
I love you too.
I didn't mean to cry, so I guess that's all.
I think you plotted on me to, you're like, let me see how long before I
No,
can make it.
honestly, girl, like, that's God. Because honestly, I wasn't even, thinking about that. But anyway, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to have you. I hope that this episode has reignited friendships all over the world. If you're watching this, I want to encourage you to evaluate the friendships that matter, the ones that you feel like are worth second win.
Yeah.
And I hope that Rainey and I's friendship inspires y'all to just maintenance your friendships. Like she said, we're not promised tomorrow. If you got a friend that you love and cherish, and if they are gone tomorrow, you lose your mind, reach out to them. Have the hard conversations, and let's stop saying no new friends as adults, and let's stop compartmentalizing our friendships and be our full selves in our friendships, so that we can be healed through our friendships, so that our friendships can grow and be all that God has intended for them to be, because we need our friends.
Yes.
That might be the title of this episode. We need our friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We are not supposed to be alone.
No.
We're not. So,
In nothing, in
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
People are like, I'm okay by myself, but you're really not.
Nah, you're not.
You crave connection and you crave that, that energy, but you don't know how to get it because you don't know how to speak up and say that's what you need.
That's what you need.
But you try to put on a face, a brave face or a tough face, and act like you got it all together, but you're really suffering inside. You don't have to go through that.
You don't have to.
Because somebody else, your friend probably feel the same way. That friend, that associate, whoever, you got to open your mouth and speak up. Yeah.
Yep. So y'all, that is this episode of the Clothes for Maintenance podcast. Rainey, what you got going on, and where can they connect with you on the internet streets?
Well, I have monthly meetups, the Creative Circle. We meet up once a month, and the Writers Workshop is monthly, and they can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram through Penwork Publishing LLC.
Yes, and I'll put all of her details down in the description. Thank y'all for listening, watching, all the things. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a review, and make sure you share this episode with all of your friends, okay? Especially on social media. So go over to my social media page and tag your friends in this episode. I believe in God that friendships are going to be healed in Jesus' name, okay?
Yes, I second that name.
Yes. So shout out to Trinice at Your World on Film for being behind the camera of this episode. I'm going to make sure to put all of their information in the description box. And until the next episode, we'll talk to y'all soon.